I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call to quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stress, shield my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused on dangerous, they don't want it when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know this because I've been in it. I don't need to brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem, man. Perfect, let them watch me. Elevating, got them nauseous. Cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the house. And woo! Watch how I get it here. Watch how I get it here. Watch how I get it here.
It's time! Welcome to DFS by the Numbers with your host, Brady.
Better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers and welcome to UFC Best Bet. We have UFC Vegas 68. We got Serghei Spivak going against Derrick Lewis. Now an 11-fight card due to the Mandy Bum Jung Kim fight falling off. But yeah, really looking forward to the show. We got Cody Blood Money, we got Johnny K Picks, we got Addicted to Combat. I did link down all their YouTube channels down below, so go check them out. Go subscribe to them. If you guys are new here for 2023, we're doing a best bet competition. The rules are down low. Also with the current standings, we currently have 6 guys in the current standings. Lou Betya up there in first. I'm in second. Gordo Gambles in third. That is top 3. But just want to quickly go over the rules. If you guys are new here, you'll get 1 hypothetical unit on your best bet, and you will bet a total of 10 fights per show. Other fights can be passed on. So for this show in particular, you can have 1 pass. And we're going to be sure to use the current lines that are available at the time on the show that you see on the screen here. The goal for the year is to have 100 bets total for each person or 10 shows per year. And at the end, you will have the best bet of the card. And if you win that best bet of the card, your profit's going to double for that fight. Like last week I had, or 2 weeks ago at this point, I had the Craig under. The standings will be updated weekly. And the one with the most profit at the end of the year wins the competition. The winner gets $100 out of my pocket. And then also our guy Lou Betya is making a championship best bet belt. So hopefully we'll see if Lou can keep the championship belt for himself. Right now he's has a good start. But we'll kick it to you, Cody. Cody, what is up? You looking forward to UFC Vegas 68? I know the card took a little bit of hit, but you still looking forward to it.
Yeah, we lost one of the better fights today, but yeah, I'm super looking forward to it just because we haven't had a fight for 2 weeks. So, you know, we've really only had like 2 in like the last 7 weeks. So looking forward to it. I think there's going to be some good fights with some good violence. So it'll be fun to watch, even though it's going to be like 3 in the morning for me.
Dude, I'm already tired. Like I'm about to take a big pre-workout, have a nice workout, but hopefully it wakes me up. I am tired. It's only 9.
Yeah.
We got Johnny. Johnny, you are making the debut on the channel. Welcome. You looking forward to the card?
Oh yeah. Like I said before, like the UFC is doing this right. They are giving us this great card after 2 weeks because we were dying for fights. So everyone's all jacked up for it. I'm jacked up for it. But I'll tell you what, when I was doing my tape study, I was not jacked up for it, but now I'm jacked up for it. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good one. There's a lot of unknowns here, but yeah, it should be fun.
Dude, I needed the extra week, not really to tape the fights, but to learn these freaking names. So it took me like to finally get it down. We got Patrick. Patrick, this is your second time on the channel, the first time this year for Best Bet. You looking forward to the card and looking forward to the show?
Yeah, man. I know you pretty well, and I know, of course, Johnny K and Cody all too well as we make our field trip over to your channel. So thanks for having us. And this is a great card, honestly. Like they said, going into the tape study, wasn't too enthused with the low name recognition, but these guys are talented. All 8 of these guys in the road to the UFC finale. So I'm excited to see, especially Jung Young Lee make his debut. That guy's a killer.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, well, guys, before we get started, if you guys can please leave a like on the video, subscribe here to DFS by the Numbers. Like I said, I also did link down Cody, Johnny, and Patrick's YouTube down in the description. Go check them out. Go subscribe to them. They each do great content each and every week. And, of course, we got to shout out the chat. We got Mia first one in here, we got our guy Luke Betya, the XJC. We got Saba, we got Steiny, we got Andres, we got Daz, we got Hurt MMA, we got Derek, MMA Jesus, we got Jason, we got Elo. We have a lot of people in here, especially for this card. So shout out to you all. We got Serial in here, Andres, Elo, we got Jason in here, Andy Mush, Jack Propaholic, we got Andy Mush, Fight Talk Only. You guys are killing the chat. We got Boston Nick in the chat. What is up, my dude? We got Josh Joseph, PSSA.
Coming.
Appreciate you all hanging out. Smash that like button for us. So I do want to shout out a couple of donos. Daz saying it's a marathon, not a sprint. Direction before speed. Let's go. Yeah, I totally agree. And on a card like this, I'm keeping it kind of light. It's kind of a sketchy card. It's a marathon, not a sprint. That is very, very wise words there from Daz. Appreciate you, Daz. We got Propaholic saying this panel is better than the 96 Bulls. I like it. Good luck tonight, everyone. Appreciate you, Propaholic. Good luck to you as well. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. And we got Adrian with the $20 donor. Appreciate Adrian saying sketchy card, but Addicts got to get the fix. Ain't that the truth? I have bets on, I think, 10 out of the 11 fights. So it should be fun for sure. All right, guys. I say we get into it, and let us start with the first fight of the card. We have Tatsura Taira going against Jesus Aguilar. We'll start with you, Patrick. What are you liking for the first fight of the night?
Yeah, man. I mean, everybody's all over Taira in this spot. A massive favorite. He's taking on somebody in Aguilar who's making his debut. So this kind of overlapping skill set we talk about when we see these giant money lines. Aguilar also a grappler. I think Taira's just better, especially on the feet as well. Excuse me. And I like the under 2.5 in this spot at minus 155. You can still find that on Bovada. So you're covering, the banana peel of Aguilar maybe, sinking in that guillotine he's been, pretty proficient in. But I don't see it happening. I see Taira either getting a ground and pound stoppage or most likely that submission. So we're shaving off, 2.5 minutes of time for these guys to be violent. But I do like the under 2.5 at minus 155.
Minus 155 for the Taira under. I like hearing you say that because I'm on the exact same thing, Patrick. Johnny, what is your best bet for the first fight of the card?
Yeah, not a hot take here. I mean, Taira is going to be the big favorite. I think he's the better fighter overall. But my best bet's going to be Taira by sub. It's at minus 135 on DraftKings. I think he's eventually going to get it either in the second or third round. I was thinking of a different bet, maybe like round 3 or decision prop, but I think I'm going to play a little safe on the first one here. So give me Taira by sub. I just think he's better striker, and he has a better grappling as well.
Taira by sub. What odds did you say that was at? That was 135,
minus
right?
135 on DraftKings, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So he's going with the Taira by sub. And then Cody, what is your best bet for the first fight of the card?
Yeah, like you guys are saying, I do expect Taira to get the win because I expect him to be better everywhere. But Aguilar's tough, man. He's gritty, good cardio, good toughness. He's got pretty good grappling. I think he can survive for a while. On the feet, he throws some bombs too, but I think he can survive there. I'm going to take Tatsuro to win, but the bet I like is the over 1.5. I actually think this fight will go over 1.5. I think that Aguilar is tough enough to survive on the ground. On sportsbetting.ag, it's minus 125 right now. And I think this goes over 1.5. They're flyweights. I think Aguilar is good enough on the ground to not get submitted real quick.
All right.
I don't think he's submitting Tatsuro either. So,
all right, taking the over. What did you say the line was for that over?
Minus 125 for over 1.5.
That's 125. So I'll pull it up on the screen and make sure we got it correct. We got Addicted to Combat with the under 2.5 rounds, minus 155. We got Blood Money with Taira over 1.5, minus 125. And we got Johnny K Picks with the Taira by sub at minus 135. Let us move on to the next fight. It would have been the Mandy Bum fight, which would have been interesting to hear about. But we have Dennis Tualuan going against Jung Young Park. This is actually the only fight on the card where I don't have a bet. So I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts on this one. We'll start with you, Johnny. What are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, I really like Park actually in this fight. He's one of my most confident picks on the card. I just think he has a clear advantage in the wrestling and grappling department. So I'm going to go with Park inside the distance at plus 165 on DraftKings. I just think he's eventually in maybe the second or third round going to get that rear naked choke once he starts his work in his grappling and wrestling. So if it plays out on the feet, I'll be a little scared because I don't think he's going to be able to finish him on the feet. But on the mat, I think he can either get a knockout or a submission.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you say that. I mean, Jung Park is probably one of my most confident picks on the card too. It's just I kind of missed the line. I was tempted on him at like -1 or -200. He's now like -235. So I
Okay.
ended up passing, but I do have quite a bit of confidence in him. Blood Money, how about you? What are you liking for this fight here?
I'm actually I actually like the over 2.5 at -105. That's on the Caesar Sportsbook. I just think that, I mean, Park ain't that big of a finisher. I do think that he's going to get some grappling going and be able to get some control time. But Tululin's tough, and I think in the first round he's going to be able to stop the takedown. It's going to be a lot of striking. Second round, Park will start wearing on him, and in the third round he'll land a takedown. But I don't think he's just going to finish him because Park, I mean, he finished Joseph Holmes, but Joseph Holmes lost to Jamie Pickett. So give me the over. I think that Park wins, but he grinds him out. Yeah, -105.
All right, taking the over there. Yeah, the under this week's a really popular play. I was kind of tempted at the like +150 number last week, but that line's been completely smashed. So I don't mind that contrarian take. I can definitely see a Park decision. Patrick, what are you liking for this fight here?
I'm not too far off from anybody so far, but I'm going to take another over. But this is the alternate over, the over 1.5, which I saw at -210. I like Julian Park in the spot as well, but Dennis Tululin, there's still some unknowns with this guy, right? He's got kind of a less than average record here, but he faced one of the best prospects in his debut and got destroyed in like 7 minutes. Then he fought one of the worst guys and dominated. So there's still some middle ground to see where he falls against Julian Park. So that's got me sketched out just like you were, Brady, on the money line. So I like the over 1.5 though, because Julian Park is durable enough to withstand a round one flurry from Tululin. But also he takes his time, even seeing that ground strike record-setting performance against what was the guy's name? A while back when he flattened out his opponent. What was name? Yeah, John Phillips, right? So he takes his time. He's not like the best finisher, and even against a guy like Joseph Holmes, it still took him over 1.5 to do that. So give me that one, that alternate over.
Yeah, I like that too. Brent said Mandy Bum was going to end the fight with a vulgar display of violence, get on the mic and call out Brady. Man, I would have loved that.
That's what I was saying. I said the title run was starting tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. Pat, did you end up pulling the trigger on Mandy Bum to be champion by the end of the year or no?
No, I didn't pull the trigger on it. I was about to, but I wanted to see how she did tonight first.
Oh my goodness. Serial saying Park by decision. Yeah, I could see a Park by decision. Jesus on the other side saying Dennis via KO. Yeah, I think if he does win, that's how it comes. Yeah. Dennis is live for the KO. I think so as well. Andy's saying so many overs tonight. I love it. We got 2 cents in the chat. What is up? Serial saying 1 under. I guarantee you guys is Lewis Spivak under 1.5. Yeah, we'll be talking about that main event very soon there, Serial. All right, let us move on to the next fight of the card. We have Sung Guk Choi going against Hung Sung Park, and we will start with you, Blood Money. What are you liking for this fight here?
I like Hung Sung Park by decision in this fight. I think he's going to be better everywhere. Choi really only throws leg kicks, and he has decent wrestling and grappling. But I think that Park's going to be better everywhere. But Choi's pretty durable and pretty smart, has pretty good cardio. So give me Park by decision. That's at +130.
Taking Park by decision +130. Patrick, what do you like for this fight?
This is going to be the pass out of the 11 for me. This is the one that I've got the least read on. I mean, both of these guys have 7 pro fights. They're very, there's just a lot to learn about these guys. Honestly, my eyes tell me that Hung Sung Park is the better guy technically everywhere, but I'm leaning with the mispriced line that I see. I think this should be closer to a pick 'em, honestly. Sung Guk Choi is at flyweight, kind of a good point scorer and like minute winner as far as darting in and out, being unpredictable with the grappling and the striking. So, I chose him, but that's my least confident pick. Just don't have a good read on this fight, and there's a lot to learn. So I'm going to lean with Choi decision at +300, but this is the pass fight for me for the show.
Nothing wrong with that. Patrick taking the pass for this fight. Johnny, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing as Patrick here. I'm going to do the pass here because this is my least confident one. I did pick Park to win. I think this will go to decision. It's going to be very close. But other than that, like Patrick said, it's going to be very close. Both these guys are very close. They both have they're up, they both like Park is a better grappler, and then Choi, I think, is a better striker, but it's very close to me. So I'm just going to pass on this one. I don't even think I have a tracked bet on this fight either. So I'm just going to sit back and watch this one.
Nothing wrong with that. So we got 2 passes, and then we got Blood Money taking the Park by decision. Justin saying Park to KO Choi round 1. Let's go. We'll see about that. I would lean Park, but no bet. Yeah, I do lean Park as well, but I don't really want to lay minus 200 on the guy. And out of the 4 road to UFC fights, this is probably my least favorite, but I'm still looking forward to it. Andy Mush saying Choi decision. I never lean on a debut to finish, so you're leaning the other way there. Octagon jitters are going to be real tonight. I can definitely see a lot of newcomers for sure. All right. Let us move on to the next fight. Really excited about this guy. And the money's coming in on. We have Renan Nakamura going against Toshiyami Kazama. So Nakamura, he was like minus 400, minus 450 for a while. He's now minus 500. And going against Kazama, who's now plus 375. We'll start with you, Johnny. What is sticking out to you in this fight here?
Yeah, I really like Nakamura here. I think he's got really great wrestling. He's got pretty good striking with good power as well. Kazama does have good grappling, but I'm going to go with my best bet here. I'm going to do Nakamura by knockout, which is at minus 110. I think he's eventually going to keep this fight on the feet and just knock him out in the second or third round. So give me Nakamura knockout here at minus 110.
All right, Johnny taking the Nakamura knockout minus 110. Cody, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna take the under 2.5 for it's at minus 200 on Sportsbook. That's what I bet. I bet 2 units to win 1 unit. I think that I like the under 2.5 just because Nakamura comes out fast, comes out hard, going for the finish. Both these guys are super aggressive, but maybe if Nakamura doesn't get it in that first or second round, or first going hard for it the first round and a half, maybe he starts slowing down. And because Kazuma's got good jiu-jitsu, so maybe he can get a tired Nakamura in the third round and get a submission or something. So I'm just going to take the under 2.5 to be safe.
Yeah, I'm on that under as well with you there. Patrick, what are you liking in this fight?
Yeah, this is a fun fight. Excited to see another awesome bantamweight come in undefeated. And freestyle wrestler, international champion Nakamura versus a jiu-jitsu guy. That usually plays out with the wrestler, staying safe, chest on chest pressure, and, not getting subbed. So I'm taking Nakamura, but I'm going to play a little bit safer than Johnny and go inside the distance at minus 160 for Nakamura. Just in case, maybe he starts, gets a club and sub or is doing so well on the feet that Kazama comes in and tries to desperately dive for a leg or something like that, get himself choked out. So I could see Nakamura finishing this fight either way.
All right, I like it. Yeah, I'm with you guys on the Nakamura and the violence as well. So just quick recap of what we got so far. We got Patrick taking the Taira under 2.5 minus 155. He's taking the Park over 1.5 minus 210. He's passing on the Hung Sung Park Sunguk Choi fight. He's taking Nakamura inside the distance minus 160. Blood Money's taking the over 1.5 rounds in the Taira fight minus 125. He's taking the Park over 2.5 rounds minus 105. He's taking Hung Sung Park by decision. Plus 130, and he's taking Nakamura under 2.5 minus 200. And then Johnny's taking Taira sub minus 135, Park inside the distance plus 165. He's passing on the Hung Sung Park fight, and then he has Nakamura by KO there. So 4 fights in, 4 bets in, and we have Patrick using his pass already and Johnny using his pass. Cody's still having that pass there for the rest of the show. All right, let us move on to the next fight, another road to UFC fight. We got Jung Lee going against Yi Zha. Let's start with you, Patrick. What are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, this is a fun one, man. This is the fight where, I'm most excited to see Jung Lee make his debut. There's something about this guy, his fast finishes in the tournament so far, scoring those round 1, knockout and submission by armbar. So, Yi, there's just probably a good chance this guy needs to get the fight to go with the ground to win. I'm going to take Lee inside the distance at minus 135. Kind of like the Nakamura fight where I'm just playing it safe, covering both methods of finish in this one. I think Lee is very good to get the knockout at any of the rounds in this fight. So I'm not taking like a Lee round 1 because he's been doing that recently. You never know how this is going to play out at featherweight, but I think Lee is the guy who's going to impose his will the most in this one and get it done. So give me that one at minus 135.
All right, taking the Lee, Jung Lee inside the distance minus 135. I'm not sure why Best Fight Odds doesn't have the props up here, but that is what Patrick is going with. Johnny, what are you liking in this fight here?
Yeah, this is a classic grappler versus striker here. Lee's going to be the better striker, and then I think Yi's going to be the better grappler. But I think there's going to be violence. I think a lot of these road to UFC fights are going to have violence in it. So I did pick Yi with an upset here, but I'm going to do the best bet here with the under 1.5 at plus 100. I think one of these guys are going to knock each other out or submit each other in the first round and a half here. So I'll do the under 1.5 at plus 100.
All right, Johnny taking the under 1.5. I like that. And then Blood Money, what are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, I'm going with the violence too. I think that it's either going to be Lee early or Za. Za could do something later. They're both finishers, so I'm going to take the under 2.5. I like to be safe. It's minus 210. Put 1 unit on that because I'm not really sure which one. I think Za has more of a chance than some people's giving him, and they're both finishers, so I'm not going to predict which one's going to get the finish. I just think somebody's going to get finished. So.
All right, taking the Lee and Yi under 2.5 rounds. You said minus 210, right?
Yep.
All right, got you there. So looking at violence for this one, Alex saying Lee KO the second round. Yeah, I can see. I think I'm personally picking him to win in the first round, but I think somebody gets starched here. Violence all day, Lee by stoppage there. We got Preston saying, Cody, what is up, Preston? How you doing?
What's up, Preston?
Josh saying huge pass for me. Most of these fights, anyways. Yeah, if you want to pass on a lot of these, I don't blame people for doing it. Just a lot of unknowns for these fights. All right, we'll keep moving on. We have a very highly debated fight. There's 2 highly debated fights on this card, and this is the first one. We have Anshul Jubli going against Jekka Saragih, and we have some pretty big line movement here. Jekka was the dog, a couple days ago. Now he's minus 130, and we have Jubli plus 110, plus 115. So I'm curious to see where you guys are at on this fight. We'll start with you, Johnny. What do you like for this fight here?
Well, this is a very close fight too. Both these guys are pretty solid. They both have good striking. They both have good ground games. I would say Jekka has the better striking, more power in his hands. And Jubli is just the more well-rounded guy. If you want to have better grappling, he's pretty good on the feet as well. But this is one of my hardest ones to pick for the week. But I'm going to go with Jekka here for my best bet as well. And I'll just do the money line at minus 125 just in case if this does go decision. I know the face-off was very intense. If anybody watched it, like it was great, and I enjoyed every moment of it. So this is going to be a good fight. But just to be a touch safe, because this is very close, I'm going to go Jekka minus 125 money line on DraftKings.
Gotcha. Taking the Jekka Saragih minus 125 money line, blood money. Cody, what are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, man, I bet Saragih. I got him at plus 100, but for my best bet, I'm just going to take Saragih at the money line at minus 135, put 1 unit on him. I think he gets it done. I think he's more well-rounded, and he definitely has more tools in his toolbox, in my opinion, with the kicks and stuff. And I think he's going to have better grappling. So give me Saragih money line, because I can see him finishing him, but Jubli seems really tough, really gritty and really tough. So I could see him surviving. So give me the money line at minus 135 on Jekka.
All right, I'll give you minus 125 because I see at 25 there. Get you a little bit better price there. So we got Cody with
don't give him any help. Don't give him any help, Brady.
I need all the help I can get, man.
We'll see. Patrick, what are you liking for this fight here? We got 2 guys already on the Jekka side, and I'm on him as well. So what do you like here?
I hate this. I hate everybody on the same side, man. But this money line has moved closer to where I thought it would be initially after doing the tape study. Like Jekka Saragih's got the experience, he's got the speed, the power. Probably the more aggression as well. Jubli is not bad. I mean, he's undefeated for a reason. Neither of these guys have the greatest amount of competition so far, but the well-rounded ability of like the striking selection from Jubli, I like. His grappling so far, I like. But I just my eyes tell me that Saragih should be the slight favorite here and get the job done, but probably inside the distance. So I had written down to bet, just that money line as well for Saragih. But since these 2 guys have done that, give me the what's the best knockout prop for Saragih here? Let me mix this up.
It looks like it is plus 240 best line out there.
All right, give me that Saragih by knockout. I think he finds the button here.
Ooh, I like that.
240. Big
close fight though. Definitely close fight. I can see why everybody in the community is planting their flag in one direction. The money line reflects that as well.
Right.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of reasons to like both guys there. But yeah, Patrick going with the big plus money, trying to catch Lou Betya, it looks like, with that one.
I'm not trying to catch him, I'm trying to beat him.
Yeah.
Go. All right. 138 saying Saragih. Andy Bush on the Jubli by decision. Jekka will be headhunting the whole time and lose a decision for Jubli is now plus money. Get on it, y'all. I'm going to go hard on it. Jekka might be a nice under spot here. Jason saying violence here if fight doesn't go to decision. Alex liking the Jekka 3rd round KO. Yeah, it should be a very fun fight.
I like
Probably
that.
one of my favorite fights on.
I like that Jubli that Andy Mush was saying, that Jubli decision, though. That's a very good look. I think that's a good spot as well.
Yeah, Jubli by decision is like plus 270, which I think that's kind of his win condition.
If you like Jubli, I think that's the way to go.
He's not that dangerous at all, really.
For sure. All right. So we're just completed the prelims here. I'll kind of show you guys what we got so far. We got, I'm not going to go through the whole thing until the end, but just recently we got Patrick on Saragih inside the distance, Blood Money Saragih money line, Johnny Saragih money line, and then Patrick was on the Jung Lee inside the distance. Blood Money was on the Jung Lee under 2.5, and then Johnny was on the Jung Lee under 1.5. And then we got Patrick on the Nakamura inside the distance, Blood Money on the Nakamura under 2.5, and then Johnny on the Nakamura by KO there. So we're all caught up there. If you guys have not already, be sure to smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel. Also subscribe to these guys' channels. Go down and check out the description. If you guys are new here, I put the best bet rules down in the description. Also with the current standings, you will see Lou Betya up there in first, me in second. But Lou Betya has a pretty big lead. So I'm curious to see if these guys are able to kind of narrow the lead a little bit after this week, is to see if we have any really good cards.
Take Lou's spot, man. I love Lou, but I got to take that spot, Lou.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Nothing personal.
It was a very good start by our guy Lou Betya. But let's move on to the main card, and we're going to kick it off with an absolute banger. We have Yusaku Kinoshita going against Adam Fugitt. Patrick, we'll start with you. What are you liking for this fight?
I mean, first off, just betting wise in general, I did take a small, 0.75 unit stab on Adam Fugitt's money line. I think that the older, more experienced, the kind of well-rounded guy, he's very awkward, fellow southpaw, and I think he can make it awkward for a young fighter like Kinoshita. But as far as a best bet for the show's purposes, I like the under 2.5 here. In most worlds, I think Kinoshita does find the knockout. He's got a very good, well-timed counter cross. I think it finds the button in most worlds. But again, money line, you're not looking at that. You're looking at kind of a wide money line. So I like the Fugitt side from that perspective, but under 2.5, I think guarantees violence on both sides here, because Fugitt should have some better grappling, and he should have he does have some awkward knockout power as well. You saw that in the LFA in a big upset. So minus 165 for the under 2.5.
All right, Kinoshita under 2.5 rounds, minus 165. Got you there. Cody, what are you liking for this fight here?
Same thing, man. I bet that for one of my bets, and I like the under 2.5 because Fugitt's got finishing capabilities. You've seen with Solomon Renfro. He's got wrestling, he's got jiu-jitsu, and he's got power to knock him out. And I mean, Kinoshita can definitely knock him out at any point. So I just like violence. Not too sure. I mean, I think Kinoshita is going to get the knockout, but I'd be safe and just take both of them at the under 2.5 at the same minus 165.
All right, we have some agreement there. And then, Johnny, what do you like for this fight?
Yeah, I like violence in this fight. I think one of these guys are going to knock each other out, or maybe Fugitt gets a submission. But I did bet the under 2.5 like everybody else, but I'm just going to go a little different here. I'm going to do Kinoshita by knockout. I think he's the one that gets that finish, maybe in the second or early third round. But I do like the under 2.5. Like I said, I got a bet on that. And yeah, give me Kinoshita by knockout at plus 110.
I like it.
All right, Kinoshita by knockout at plus 110. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm on the violence. I'm on the other 2.5 as well. I think it's gonna be a very, very violent fight here. All right, let's see what the chat is saying on this one here. We have full camp Fugitt. Yeah, that is true. He said, let's wrestle.
I know our guy Effie from the Any Action Sportscast is on Fugitt, so we're riding together on that one.
He is all Fugitt all day. I love it.
Did a good interview with him. Did a good interview with him this week.
Yes, he did.
Week, so.
Let's see if we can get it done, man. And then Adrian laying 5 units on Fugitt for a massive payday.
Good luck, man.
Taking the shot.
I'm rooting for you.
Good luck.
Hope he gets it done in under 2.5, man. We'll both be celebrating.
Yes. Then we all win.
Under 2.5.
Yeah.
There we go.
You ever see that epic knockout that Adam Fugitt had in Muay Thai back in the day? He had like a Yuri Prohashka versus Dominic Reyes knockout, spinning elbow, flatline the guy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So for our guy Adrian in the chat, I hope that happens again tonight. Under 2.5.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be crazy hit for him too.
Can't believe we got fights coming up in a little bit. Finally.
Plus 270. Finally. Like this late thing is like killing me. I don't know about you guys, but
I'm usually in bed at 8:30
I'm gonna be tired at midnight. I'm gonna be out
by 3.
And that's when the main card starts.
But hey, Fugitt, we'll watch these fights, man.
Go. Mush saying all the violence under 2.5 rounds. We got Uncle Weezy serving some flapjacks. Let's stack them today. What is up, Weezy? Hope you had a great vacation. Dad's saying Kinoshita under 2.5 rounds.
Let's go.
I like it.
And then Neil saying, "Where's Uncle Weezy?" Uncle Weezy will be on the Best Bet show next week for UFC 284. And then Uncle Weezy saying he's staying up all night tonight. I'm gonna try to. Man, I'm already feeling it. I'm
trying to too.
Hope I don't fall asleep by like 1 o'clock my time Central.
I get up at 3 a.m. for work usually, so it's gonna be tough, dude. Tough.
It'll be tough. But I think we could do it. I think we could do it.
For this card, I'm gonna do it.
There? All right, let us move on to the next fight. We got Choi going against Kyle Nelson. Should be a fun fight here. Looks like the line has kind of stayed around the same throughout the week. The best fight odds for some reason is not showing most of these props. But Patrick, what do you like for this fight here? It should be another really fun fight.
Yeah, I like Choi. I'm excited to see this guy come back after 3 years. I believe this was not actually the military commitment. I think it was like an injury, and then he got exempted from that military duty. So it's just been a long layoff, sorting things out for the young Korean Superboy. I think he gets the job done by knockout like he has been. He's 3-3 in the UFC, taking on Kyle Nelson, who has the better grappling but no ability to get the fight there. So just give me the Choi money line at -185. I think is the best available line out there right now. 11 knockouts out of 14 wins. I think he gets the knockout, but coming back after 3 years, I don't know if he's going to start fast, if he's going to, try to edge his way back into the fight slowly. I don't know. So just give me that money line.
So Choi money line, you said like -185?
Yeah, it's the best sports book I see.
All right, got you there. So taking Choi money line -185. Blood money, Cody, what do you like for this fight?
Yeah, man, you said the line hasn't moved all week on much stuff, and I'm not going to move it either way. I'm going to take the pass on this one because this is just the weirdest one of the whole card. You know what I mean? Because Choi, so many questions about him, and Kyle Nelson's not good, really, So, but it just depends if Choi's Choi, what he used to be. So I'm just going to pass on it because you can't tell if it's going to go over, under, if Nelson's going to clinch him up against the cage for a lot of the fight or what. So I'll just pass on it and pick some better fights.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I think there's question marks on both sides. Like Choi's not won a fight in about 7 years, and this is a fight he absolutely should win. But I don't know. It's been a while, man. It's been a while, so we'll see. Johnny, what do you like for this fight?
I'm gonna play it a little safe here. I'm gonna do fight does not start round 3, and that's at -150 on DraftKings right now. I think one of these guys gets the other one out in rounds 1 or 2. I just don't know what's going to happen with Choi. I think he's the better fighter on paper. He's got the better striking. I think he's more dangerous, but that 3-year layoff is always unknown. You don't know what he's been doing. If he's been training, if he hasn't been training. I'm just not that impressed with Nelson, but again, you don't know what's going to happen in this fight. So give me like I said, fight doesn't start round 3 at -150 on DraftKings. I think one of these guys will finish each other. I'm going to say Choi gets that knockout though, but just to be a little safe because I'm worried about that 3-year layoff.
Yep, nothing wrong with that. I'm right there with you. I like violence in this one as well. So we got Johnny with the Choi fight won't start round 3. I just want to confirm. You said -150, right?
Yeah, 150.
Gotcha. And then Addicted to Combat, Patrick taking the Choi money line and blood money, using up his passes. There are no more passes on this card. Whenever I did my stream 283 with, I think, Lou and Weezy, we had 14 fights. We got 4 passes. That was nice. But yeah, only one pass for you guys for this week, Aaron.
Got to pick all these great cards.
Yep. Got to pick all of the fights. Boss Nick saying Bum is off. Is this new news? It happened, I want to say like around like 6, 7. So it's kind of newish, I'd say. Choi is a lock. Yeah, he should win this fight, but I don't know. He's been out for a while. Andy Mush saying late finish 5 in this one, over 1.5 in the round 3 decision for Choi. Jared saying the allure of seeing Blagoy's handsomeness is keeping me awake. Yeah, the dude's very handsome. We'll talk about that fight very soon.
A little scar right by his heart.
Lou's been waiting for him. Lou loves him.
Cannot wait for that fight. All right, Justin saying, do we all like Jekka KO? I like Jekka KO. Does anybody else like Jekka KO? Johnny likes it. Patrick likes it.
Yep.
You on it?
I'm just being a little safe with that money line.
I just like the money line because I feel like Jubli's tough, man. The dude, he's tough. So, but I mean, Jekka knocks people dead. So.
And when you see a guy like Jubli who's a little bit newer to the game, undefeated, it's hard to call that he's going to get finished a certain way, right? His technique is pretty good, but it's a speed difference. So yeah, I like that that Saragih knockout.
He's also going to be the little taller fighter as well, so he's going to have a little bit of a height advantage. So it might, knocking him out might be a little bit tougher than normal. So we'll see. I mean, it's gonna be a good fight. I can't wait for it, to be honest.
How exciting too for both of their countries too. India has not had.
Yeah,
I think they've had maybe one fighter that's ever graced the octagon that wasn't like Canadian born or something like that. You know, like an actual Indian born fighter. Yeah, and same with Indonesia.
It's gonna be a big one for both guys. Big opportunity for both guys there in that one. Wolf Ticket saying card of the year. I don't know about that. I do not know about that Wolf Ticket, but
is there sarcasm in that, or
I don't know. It might be. It's got to be sarcasm, but I think the card's actually
gotta be
better than next week's for sure.
Oof.
I didn't see the sarcasm font though, so I don't know.
True. All right. This is my least favorite fight on the card. I'm not looking forward to this one, and my goal is to stay up, but I think this fight is going to be kind of tough for me to stay up because I don't know. I'm just not excited for this fight. We got Blagoy Ivanov, Marcin Tybura. It seems like it's the most split fight on the card in terms of the MMA community. I see people very high on Marcin Tybura, and I see a lot of people taking the shot on Blagoy Ivanov. Right now, we have Tybura minus 142, Ivanov is plus 122. It looks like Tybura opened up minus 250. Just money's been coming in on Ivanov throughout the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So I'm curious to see where you guys line up on this one. We'll start with you, Patrick. Patrick, are you liking anything in this fight here?
I'm liking the Marcin Tybura money line, and that'll be the best bet I have for this one. Still at minus 135, I think now. At this point is where it got down to. And it was all the way up at minus 200, a couple weeks ago. So I'm on the Marcin Tybura side. I think he does get a decision win here. Blagoy Ivanov seems very finish dependent in this fight. And how many finishes does this guy have in the UFC? He's got 0. All 6 fights have gone to decision, and they're getting increasingly close decisions. We're talking about a guy in Marcin Tybura who has a good record in the UFC, had a 5-fight winning streak, which is hard to do, and had a comeback victory over Alexander Romanov, whereas Blagoy Ivanov barely skated by one of the worst guys in Lima. So I'm not too excited to see Ivanov, have further, decline in his career because he was a stud at one point, but I think he's kind of regressing a lot faster now. So the line's tightened up, and that scared me because there's a lot of people that like Ivanov, but I'm on that Marcin Tybura side. I have bet that for a couple units as well as taking it for this show.
All right, Patrick on the Tybura money line. Johnny, what are you liking in this fight here?
When I was doing the tape study here, I just don't see how anyone really liked Blagoy in this fight. I mean, I think Tybura is better everywhere, and he's going to be the bigger fighter, rangier as well. So I'm going to take a little stab at this one. I'm going to do the split decision prop, which is going to be at plus 400. Both these guys are going to go to decision. They make the fight close at all times. I think the judges are a little crazy, and I think it's going to be a split decision one way, but I think it's going to be Tybura split decision win. But give me the plus 400 by split decision or majority, whatever you want to say, at 400 on DraftKings.
There you go. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Lou Betya, the guy that's leading the competition thus far, I think he hit like 1 or 2 split decisions his card. So those are big, man. Plus 400.
Yeah, this is my Hail Mary, if you want to say.
Yeah, I got you. I like it. Cody, what are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, man. Last time I was on your show, actually, I picked Marcin Tybura to beat Romanov, and I bet him too. And I bet him at like plus 380. So I'm gonna run with him again here. I like his size. I like his volume. I think he's going to be able to push Blagoy up against the cage. He may even be able to land a takedown or two just because of his size. Like Derrick Lewis took down Blagoy. So I think he can get some control time. I think he's going to have more volume on the feet and maybe land a takedown or two. So I bet Marcin Tybura by decision at plus 150. By like not money line, but Marcin Tybura by decision because Blagoy is one of the toughest dudes on this earth. He's not getting finished by anybody. And Marcin's not the craziest finisher either. So I think if Marcin wins, it's by decision. If Blagoy wins, probably by decision. So give me Marcin by decision plus 150.
All right, Tybura by decision plus 150. And I agree. I think if Tybura does win,
Cody was like one of the only guys. I mean, not the only, but one of the few guys on Tybura in that fight against Romanov.
Yes, he was.
Romanov, some massive money line, like he normally is. That was a good hit.
Yeah, thank you.
I think even in our live stream, I was like, Cody, you are crazy. You are a wild man.
Because I'll pick some underdogs, but I actually bet him because, like I said, man, I thought Serghei Spivak would beat Romanov and Tybura beat Spivak. So it just seemed like he would be able to handle it.
Yeah, those are some juicy dog odds. I remember that.
Plus 380.
Yeah.
Tybura's got that rare trait where he can, get the shit kicked out of him in round 1 and then come back into a fight. Which you normally don't see that at heavyweight, right? It usually starts the best and it gets worse and worse and worse as it goes.
Yep.
Let's see. We got Andy Mush saying split decision, easy. I lean the split as well. PSSA
so.
lean the split. John saying
pick.
Ivanov is a gamer. Tybura by volume. Eagle saying Tybura is a lock.
Like that.
I also hit that Romanov split. There you go.
Yeah.
Romanov starched Tybura in round 1, probably a 10-8. It could have been a potential 10-8, but he definitely lost those last 2. That's for sure. Tybura line crashing is wild to me. Yeah, lots of love on the Ivanov side. Alex saying Tybura by decision, and then saying Tybura height advantage. He was much bigger than
way bigger.
I was it kind of shocked me how much bigger he was actually.
Yeah, which is going to be good for that clinch control. Like I can see Blagoy holding him. I think he can maybe land a takedown or two. I know Blagoy's got good sambo, but I feel like Tybura just being big and he's got like better natural wrestling than the sambo. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, I stay awake for this fight. We'll see. But I will be staying awake for this co-main event and this main event. Really looking forward to both.
Yes.
We have Da-Un Jung going against Devin Clark. And yeah, this line of Jung has kind of got smashed. What was it like? January 26th, he's minus 200. Now he's sitting at minus 270. Devin Clark currently at plus 130. Yeah, we'll kick it to you, Blood Money. Cody, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Da-Un. I'm gonna just take the under 2.5 just in case something happens. Da-Un Jung gets caught or something. Devin Clark, he's not really the biggest finisher, but he can throw some crazy kicks and stuff like that. But I'm going to take the under 2.5. It's minus 170. And I just think that Da-Un Jung, it'll take him a little time, but he'll get it done. He could get it done early. Devin Clark, though, is tough and durable. And I think that he could burn some time holding him against the cage and just maybe landing a takedown or two. Probably not holding him down too much, but I do see Jung eventually putting some damage on him and getting him out of there. But yeah, just give me the under 2.5 for minus 170.
All right, taking the under 2.5, the violence route there. Johnny, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I like the violence here too. And Jung is one of my other most confident picks of the card here. But I'm going to say he wins this one by knockout. I think either early in the second round or maybe early third round, he gets that knockout. I think he has got the better striking. Clark really only has a wrestling game plan. And if he doesn't get that going, he's very hittable. He's took a lot of damage over his last few fights too. So Jung is also bigger. He's way bigger in the face-off as well. So give me Jung by knockout here at plus 100 on DraftKings.
Yeah, I see at plus 140 there on Bet Online. So I'll give you that extra juice.
Oh, I'll take that. Even better.
Heck yeah.
All right, here we go.
Let's go. Patrick, what do you like for this one?
God damn it, Johnny K picks taking my my swagger here. I mean, if I had another pass, it would be this fight, to be honest with you. But you know, Devin Clark does tend to struggle with this type of opponent. This is long, rangy. Da-Un Jung is the biggest man to ever come out of Korea, I think. So it's like the guys like Anthony Smith, the guys like Kutalaba, the guys like Rakic. These physiques, Ryan Spann are giving, Devin Clark trouble. I think it's another knockout for Da-Un Jung. Not the craftiest prop because it's happened, 11 KOs out of 15 wins for Da-Un Jung. So we're having to settle for that measly plus 140, but I do think it happened. So give me that knockout prop for Da-Un Jung.
All right, looks like you're on the same side. I'm on the same side. I like Da-Un Jung inside the distance as well. I think he does finish Clark in this fight. Justin has a question here. What do we think about the Dennis Park fight? Thinking the under 2.5 rounds. Well, we can tell you what we think. So Patrick was liking the over 1.5 rounds in that fight at minus 210. Blood Money was liking the Park over 2.5 rounds at minus 105. Johnny is liking the Park inside the distance at plus 165. And for me personally, that's the only fight on the card where I don't have a bet, but I do like Park quite a bit. Just didn't quite get there. I kind of missed the line on it. PSSA saying who is more handsome, Spivak or Ivanov? It's Ivanov all day. I think he's much more handsome. Any thoughts?
Yeah, he's got a good backstory.
The scars are like +3. So
yes,
this little heart scar.
I agree. I think he's much more handsome. Josh saying Jung as well. Placed a money line on him. He is so big. Yeah, the dude's freaking huge, man. That guy's a big dude. Da-Un Jung to finish. I like it. And the mush for the hot take here saying Devin Clark decision only, which I think is a great way to play Devin Clark because if he does get finished, you get your money back. Clark will shoot to save his life and ride it out to the scorecard. So hot take there from Andy Mush.
That's kind of why I didn't want to take the Da-Un Jung KO because he actually has some decent front chokes like with the Ibragimov and stuff. And Devin Clark puts his neck out like that, like he did against Spann, and he does it. He'll do them like go low and just hold him against the cage and leave his neck out there. That's the only reason I didn't want the Da-Un Jung KO. I would just rather like the whole finish thing for him.
Yeah, that makes sense. I took the inside the distance myself. Clark has been sub 3 times. I do lean knockout, but a sub wouldn't completely shock me, I'd say.
Right.
Papa Chuck saying Devin Clark's dad to say go get him minus 1,000. I can't
Get up, Devin. Get up,
Easy
Devin.
money.
Yes,
It's easy money.
Everybody
Papa.
needs Devin
that's the
Clark's
best
dad,
bet.
though.
That's the best bet of the show right there.
His
like
dad's a beast, though. You need that in your corner. If you can have that, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah, you need someone like Devin Clark's dad in your life. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like that's awesome.
He's like David Goggins out there,
Do you
dude.
need that?
Yeah.
though?
Clark's bottom keeper still messed up. Yeah, that Kudalaba fight was hard.
That
to
was
watch.
terrible.
That was terrible. Josh saying money line on Park. Park. You like which park? There's 2 parks. Are you talking about Jung, I think?
Both of them.
There you go. Weezy's saying Devin Clark's dad is a madman. Yeah, he is. So I heard Devin Clark was talking about how his dad's not going to be in his corner. He's actually going to be in the stands. And Devin Clark was talking about how
won't matter.
Yeah,
we can still hear him.
Louder
We can still hear him.
Get his voice to carry.
he said he's going to have no filter in the stands. So it might even be worse now that Devin Clark's dad is not in the corner. He's actually sitting in the stands. We're going to hear him properly. So
It's
that's
awesome. Crazy.
Lou Betch is saying we are 1 fight cancellation away from this being the main event. Could you imagine a Devin Clark main event, man? Oh,
Can't be worse than Kutalaba and Kennedy.
heck
One
yeah.
time.
That was wild.
That's terrible.
Patrick, yeah, I saw this too. Patrick, you had that crazy deadlift. How much was that earlier today?
635 for an easy triple, little speedy triple.
What?
3 times, not just once. 3 times.
I need to
He's a
see
beast.
this. What was this on?
It was on Twitter.
Twitter.
Earlier.
Oh, I'm about to go see it. I got to go see this.
That was
Yeah, I got a meet
wild.
coming
Like
up
a
in
beast.
6 weeks, so trying to peak everything correctly.
Hell yeah.
Stay in one piece, not not blow anything out just yet. That's always the challenge. with these things.
Watch the knees.
Yes. Lou saying Devin Clark's dad is the hero we need, but not the hero we deserve. Absolutely,
Yeah.
man.
Awesome.
I'm taking
right,
over
guys.
Lou's spot. Lou, I'm coming for your number 1 spot, Lou. Just so you know that.
Woo.
It's gonna be
High
tough,
praise.
man.
It's gonna be with, it's gonna be with that Tybura decision because he's got the Bulgarian 50 Cent. He's got
Yeah, that's right.
Blagoy.
Let's
They
go.
can shoot him, stab him. He's still coming back.
Yeah, but he didn't get stabbed by Tybura though.
Hmm.
You know what I
That is
mean?
true. That is
Game
true.
over then.
We shall see. But yeah, guys, we are about to get into the main event. If you have not already, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And go check out the description. There we have all the rules to Best Bet. We have the current standings for Best Bet. And then we have the links to Patrick's YouTube. We got Johnny's YouTube. We got Cody's YouTube. Those are all down there. Go check them out. Go subscribe. They do great content week in, week out. Do appreciate you guys hanging out. Almost 300 of you in here, which is awesome because I know we do got a Bellator card going on, a really good Bellator card going on before these fights start. So I do appreciate everybody that came to hang out 1 hour prior to the fights, which the fights are starting in about 13 minutes, but I think they're probably going to push it back a little bit since we did lose the bum fight. But we got the main event. Serghei Spivak,
Bum.
Mandy Bum versus Derrick
What a
Lewis,
bum.
and just crazy line movement here, guys. I mean, Serghei Spivak opened at minus 220 earlier today.
That's
I think
insane.
he was like minus 230. He went all the way down to like minus 330, minus 350, and he's came down back a little bit, but I don't know what's going on there. I guess there's rumors going around that Lewis might potentially be hurt. I'm hoping he doesn't pull out, but that is a whole dollar move in terms of the line in the past like 24 hours, which is kind of concerning. I don't know. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this fight. I'm personally looking at violence myself, so I'm hoping somebody gets finished, but I don't know. Serghei Spivak's a pretty big favorite here against Derrick Lewis. We'll start with you, Cody. What are you liking for this main event here?
Yeah. I'm gonna, as long as Spivak stays safe, gets some of these hip toss going and stuff, and yeah, with that line movement, it's super weird. I'm gonna take Spivak by KO or TKO at plus 120, and I just think he gets it done. I think the line's weird though that Lewis is plus 250, but the under is like minus 130, under 1.5, because I think Lewis is the only one that's going to get the finish in under 1.5, because Spivak, 4 out of his last 5 wins have been over 1.5 rounds. Like Vandera went over 1.5 rounds, and just a bunch of people. So I don't know, man. That line's weird, but give me Spivak by TKO or KO at plus 120. I think he ground and pounds him out later in the fight.
All right, take a Spivak KO plus 120. Johnny, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, this is another violence fight here. I don't blame anybody for picking Lewis because he's always has that knockout shot. He only needs one punch. But I think Spivak's going to use his wrestling. Is going to get him taken down eventually. I do like the Spivak knockout as well, but I'm going to go a little different route than Cody did because I don't like doing the same thing that Cody did. So I'm going to do Spivak either round 1 or round 2 finish, which is minus 120. I think he gets it done within one or two rounds here. I think Spivak will get him to the ground. It might be a submission, it might be a KO, but this fight's not going to round 3. I'll tell you that. So give me Spivak in rounds 1 or 2 at minus 120.
Yeah, especially if like Lewis is hurt, which I don't know if he is or not, but that's like a whole dollar line move. If he's hurt, right. I don't know how extended it's going to get if he is really hurt. Yep. What were you saying?
He's going to come out with James Krause in his corner. Lewis.
Yeah. That's the rumor.
That'd be amazing.
Terrible, man.
It's out of nowhere. I like it. Patrick, what do you like for this main event here?
Yeah, I mean, the odds for this one are just all over the place, right? And especially with this line movement, I would look the unders, like the under 3.5 I like, but it's just way too juiced. I'm going to take what's on FanDuel, which is Derrick Lewis in rounds 1, 2, or 3, which is plus 320. So that one for the show, because I think that's basically his money line is to get that done early. Mm-hmm. Now, if you guys want to bet that on DraftKings, if you do like a same game parlay with that same combination, you can do much better than that odds wise. But for the show, that's plus 320 in rounds 1, 2, or 3 for Lewis. I'm on Lewis. I've got a unit on his money line. I'm not feeling too great about this line movement going crazy, but let's face it, Derrick Lewis is basically compromised anyways. He's a very one-dimensional fighter. Like if this guy's got the back problems coming back or some other injury or he's sick, does that really affect Derrick Lewis's performance that much? Like, does he really need to take this? Like, oh no, his knee's out, he can't, grapple or something. Like, he's not
right.
But on the other side of this, Serghei Spivak just doesn't impress me in this fight because Lewis is only losing to like these big physically imposing, rangy guys, good point fighters in the feet like Cyril Gane or JDS. Nobody's really muscling Derrick Lewis around that much, so I don't think he's going to get ragdolled the way that people think. So we'll see how it goes. The line movement is definitely fishy, though. I mean, what was that? Did you say it dropped all the way down to minus 300 for Spivak?
Just today, like 330. That's something crazy.
Jesus, yeah, it's it's a little suspicious, but based on the information I got,
that's a minor Nerdembecky line there.
Yeah, almost. I'm still on Lewis either way with the information I have. So
especially for two high level guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird. And I noticed the unders were getting smashed as well. Like BetOnline has the fight doesn't go to decision now, minus 1,000 now.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So James Krause. I don't know.
But yeah, he probably gets it done early. I mean, there's been Derrick Lewis has had I want to say 21 knockouts out of his 26 wins. Only one of those has been in round 4 or later, which was
that Shamil,
handsome Shamil fight. 6 years ago. So the chances are it's going to happen early.
Sean saying Spivak has zero power to make Lewis quit. Sean, how about you go tell Spivak that to his face, that he has zero power? See what happens there. Yes,
especially when he gets him to the ground.
Oh, his ground and pound is really good. Lewis undefeated in the Apex. That is true. So how are you guys going to stay awake? I'm taking a big thing of pre-workout. That's what I'm doing. What are you guys doing? Anything?
Oh, that'll work. I'm going to drink a lot of beer. I'm going to drink a lot of beer and hope that keeps me up, and we'll go from there.
I'm just gonna tough it out.
Just whiskey and the adrenaline rush of having money on
the bets. Yeah, big bets. Big bets is all the energy I need. Dude.
I'll tell you what, having money on something will make me stay up and watch it. I'll tell you that. You're right.
Hey, there better be violence on that Saragih fight too. After that weigh-ins, after the face-off, there better be some violence in that fight.
Right.
Uncle Weezy saying, I heard people found out Serghei is actually a vampire. Line immediately went to minus 330. Yeah, he is a freaking vampire, man.
Does look like one too, dude. He ain't seen the sun.
Come with some garlic in the ring or something. He'd be in trouble. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over the bets, make sure I have everything correct, and then we will give our best bet for the entire card. If you guys are new here, at the end, we're going to give our best bet for the card. So say, for example, Patrick's best bet is the Taira under 2.5 rounds, minus 155. If he hits that, whatever the profit is for that bet is going to double. So for 2 weeks ago, I hit the Craig under 1.5 rounds. I cashed it and the profit doubled. So we're going to go through these right now. We'll start with you, Patrick. So Patrick, you are taking Tatsura Taira under 2.5 rounds, minus 155. You're taking Park over 1.5 rounds, minus 210. You are passing on the Hung Sung Park fight. You're taking Nakamura inside the distance, minus 160. Jung Young Lee inside the distance, minus 135. Saragih inside the distance, plus 240. Kinoshita under 2.5 rounds, minus 165. You're taking Choi minus 185, duo Choi that is, and then you're taking Tybura minus 135 money line. You're taking Jung wins by KO plus 140, and you're taking Derrick Lewis to win in either rounds 1, 2, or 3 at plus 320. Patrick, is all that correct? And if so, tell me your best bet for the entire card.
It was the Duho Choi money line, right?
Yep, I could put Duho in there.
Yeah. But Tatsuro Taira versus Jesus Aguilar under 2.5 at minus 155. That's my best bet. So I'm getting the suspense out of the way early. First fight of the night. I think that's the biggest skill gap in this one, and I think Tatsuro Taira has all the tools to get that one done. So that's the best bet of the entire card.
All right, bring this up. So taking the Taira under 2.5 rounds as your best bet. I'm going to highlight that there so I know. All right, Blood Money, Cody, you have the Taira under or over 1.5 rounds, minus 125. You have the Park over 2.5 rounds, minus 105. You have Hung Sung Park by decision, plus 130. Nakamura under 2.5 rounds, minus 200. You have Jung Lee under 2.5 rounds, minus 210. You got Saragih, minus 125 money line. You have Kinoshita under 2.5 rounds, minus 165. You are passing on the Duho Choi Kyle Nelson fight. You're taking Tybura by decision, plus 150. Jung under 2.5 rounds, minus 170. And then Spivak by KO, plus 120. Is all of that correct? And if so, what is your best bet for the entire card?
Yeah,
I think you're muted.
Yeah, that's correct, man. My best bet's going to be the Kinoshita under 2.5 rounds at minus 165. Adam Fugitt, win or lose, his last 8 fights have ended in under 2.5 rounds, and all of Kinoshita's fights, including his amateur fights, all of them has ended pretty much in the first round, but all of them's ended under 2.5 rounds. So that's my best bet of the card. I think there's violence in that for sure in this little cage.
All right, and then Uncle Weezy got shout him out. My sources also say that the Kim Bum fight was canceled due to total lack of interest, not due to health issues. I'm right there with you, dude.
Those are the facts. Those are the facts.
Facts.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Ruined my parlay though.
Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Next week we can parlay up some Luma Luke Bunmi instead of Jian Kim.
Yeah,
one against.
Got to double up on her. Then I'll double down on Luma.
I do like Luma. Yes, sir. All right, Donnie, you have Taira by sub minus 135. You have Park inside the distance. That is Jung Park plus 165. You're passing on the Hung Sung Park Sung Guk Choi fight. You have Nakamura by KO minus 110. Jung Lee under 1.5 rounds plus 100. Saragih minus 125 money line. Kinoshita by KO plus 110. You have the Choi Nelson fight won't start round 3 minus 150. You have Tybura fight ends via split decision plus 400. You have Jung wins by KO plus 140. And then you have Spivak to win in either round 1 or round 2 minus 120. Is all of that correct? And if so, what is your best bet for the entire card?
That is correct. And I'm teetering here. Do I want to just hit a grand slam here, or do I want to just be safe?
You gotta beat Lou Betya. You gotta hit a grand slam.
Hey, what would Lou Betya do? What would Lou Betya do?
I'm gonna get up to Lou and just maybe one fight, and that's all I need. I'm gonna do that Tybura split decision or majority draw at plus 400. That's my best bet. This fight's gonna go to decision, guys. There's a shot that it's gonna be a split. So give me that as my best bet. I'm gonna try to double up and then catch up to Lou here.
Let's go.
You hear that, Lou? You hear that? He's coming for you. My goodness.
I'm doing for it. I hope he loves that if he's still in here. You better say something about that.
Need some yam bag shots.
Plus 8 units right there if you hit that.
That's all I need. I can lose every one. We're good.
Yes, I like that. All right. So we're going to do now is we're going to kick around. We have a couple minutes. We'll start with you, Cody. Cody, let the people know where they can find you and where they can find all your content.
You find me at my Blood Money MMA bets on YouTube. Twitter and Instagram. I got a Patreon now with a Discord where you'll be able to, people that sign up, they'll be able to get my bets as soon as I make them, beat a bunch of line movement, stuff like that, get all my bets for the week. I'll be on the Discord tonight live during these fights for live bets. So check me out on all my stuff at Blood Money MMA bets. And me and Johnny have a live show every Thursday night, and we usually do a pre-show or a fight companion with Patrick during the fight. So check us all out for all that stuff too.
There we go. Check them out. We got by the way, Cody's stuff is down in the description below, same as Johnny's here. Johnny, let the people know where they can find you and what you typically have going on throughout the week.
Well, first off, thank you for inviting me on the show and for the whole best bet thing. I appreciate that. And you can find me at Johnny K Picks on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram and YouTube. Put my bets video out on Sundays, and if not Sunday, it'll be early Monday Me and Cody do a live show on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And like Cody said, we also do a pre-show before the fights. This time we didn't do it because we were on this show and we're happy to be on this show too. So yeah, that's where you can find me. So definitely follow and subscribe. And I appreciate you inviting me on the show.
No problem, man. Thanks for coming on. Let's see how you guys do this week. And we got Patrick, last but not least. Patrick, let the people know where they can find you, what you typically have going on throughout the week for some content.
Yeah, thanks again, Brady. It's always fun to chop it up with you and Cody and Johnny K. I know all too well. So it's been a pleasure. For those of you in the chat that don't know me, my name is Patrick. I run a YouTube called Addicted to Combat. So go ahead and give me a subscribe over there. Let's talk some fights. I do my full card breakdowns usually on Sunday or Monday night. And then the best bets with all my betting action is in the middle of the week, as well as a live stream on Wednesday nights. I think this upcoming pay-per-view week on Wednesday night, I'll be having none other than Uncle Weezy himself.
Ooh, nice.
There. So check that out on Wednesday for the big pay-per-view card. Let's talk some fights, guys.
Let's go. You can follow me on Twitter, DFS_numbers. By the way, follow the Twitter. I'm going to, after the card, I'm going to let people know who did the best in terms of tonight, whether it be Cody, Johnny, or Patrick. I'll put their results up there. So check that out. Instagram, DFS by the numbers. Subscribe here to the YouTube channel. Going to be getting out some early content for UFC 284. I'll be on Stat Tickers tomorrow with Uncle Weezy on Pub Sports Radio as well. So look forward to that. And yeah, guys, best of luck for UFC Vegas 68. Let's see if we can stay up for the whole thing. 11 fights to watch. It should be a fun card. And we'll talk to you guys very soon. See you later.